Hey guys, my name is Anna, I hope you're doing well, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about perfumes, how to find and choose the perfect one for you. Don't worry if you don't know much about perfume yet, it can definitely feel confusing at first. You walk into a store, the shelves are packed with all sorts of different bottles, the names sound complicated, all the scents start blending together, but in this video we're going to sort it all out. We'll go through the main categories, the key differences between perfumes. Basically, we'll put everything in its place. We all use perfume every day, but as soon as it runs out, or if you just want to try something new, you go to the store and then the salesperson there is actively trying to make you buy something you've never even smelled before. I spend a lot of time in these stores offline, testing, observing, and here's what I often see. A man comes in and his request is something fresh and long-lasting, and guess what they offer him? Of course, Dior Sauvage. And honestly, it doesn't even matter what the request was, it's Dior Sauvage anyway. I don't know, maybe they're just promoting what's popular. For women, it's usually Gucci Bloom or Lancôme La Vie est Belle. Maybe the consultants have some kind of plan to make the whole city smell like these perfumes. I used to be surprised why all the streets smell like the same thing, but not anymore. I'm not. But perfume isn't just about trends and novelty, though it's part of it, of course. First and foremost, it's about highlighting your personality and your style. It's a way to express yourself, and it's really important to pick a perfume that reflects you. The right scent can boost your confidence, set the tone for your whole day, and create a certain special atmosphere around you. And I know it sounds cliche, but it is true. I notice it myself when I'm wearing my favorite signature perfume, my confidence feels completely different than when I'm wearing some random tester that I got as a gift with a lip balm. It doesn't match my personality, it doesn't feel like me, and I don't feel as comfortable and as confident. So let's get started. We'll go step by step on how to choose a perfume. We'll go through the different categories of scents, what notes are, and how they unfold on your skin. We'll talk about the types of perfumes based on concentration, how to test perfumes properly before buying, and also share where I personally buy my perfumes. First up, let's dive into perfume notes. Every perfume is made up of 3 levels of notes. First, the top notes. These are the ones you smell immediately after applying the perfume. Then the middle notes, or the heart of the fragrance, which develop after a little while. And finally, the base notes, which last the longest on your skin and create that final lingering trail. This structure allows a perfume to evolve over time, giving a unique experience at every stage. Starting with the top notes. These are the first components you notice when you put on a fragrance. Top notes are usually fresh and light, and their main job is to grab your attention. I like to call them the clickbait notes. Basically, they capture you from the very first sniff. I'll be using examples everyone knows since this is a beginner's guide, and I want absolutely everyone to understand what we're talking about, so we'll stick to super recognizable popular perfumes, so this way you know what I'm talking about. For example, in Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, it's a very floral, fruity fragrance, and the top notes are bright lemon and apple. These are the scents you smell first, but they quickly evaporate and give way to the heart of the fragrance. The heart notes define the main character of the perfume. These components usually emerge about 30 minutes after application and last a few hours. Middle notes can include flowers, spices, fruits, or berries. For example, in Chanel Chance Eau de Parfum, the heart notes are jasmine and iris. These notes unfold gradually once the initial freshness fades. This is when you really start to understand the perfume's personality. Finally, a few hours after applying, the base notes fully reveal themselves. These are the most long-lasting parts of a fragrance, staying on your skin until the end of the day, although, of course, in reality, they sometimes fade earlier depending on the quality of the perfume as well. They're usually rich scents like sandalwood, amber, vetiver, musk, or vanilla, especially vanilla since it needs time to transform, warm up, and open. A good example is Tom Ford Velvet Orchid. I had it here, oh my god. Hold on, I had it there. A good example is Tom Ford Velvet Orchid, where the base notes are vanilla, myrrh, and sandalwood. These are the notes that linger and create that signature trail everyone remembers. Hold on, I'm gonna spritz a little. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so sweet. But why are we talking about notes in the first place? Because this is how we understand how a perfume behaves throughout the day. What we smell in the store when we test it is just the tip of the iceberg. The full perfume reveals itself only over time. Let's start with floral scents, which are some of the most popular. If you enjoy a feeling of lightness and femininity, this is your go-to. Florals are great for everyday wear, the office, or literally anywhere. Then there are the subcategories like floral fruity or floral berry scents, which are sweeter and include fruity notes. Generally speaking, common top notes in perfumes are peach or tropical fruits, but it can also be something like green apple to add a bit of tartness. Floral berry perfumes offer a huge range as well. Red currant, for example, gives a tangy note, while sweet berries add a subtle sweetness. Tartness can even give a lipstick-like hint, though it varies from perfume to perfume. A new floral berry scent is the new Miss Dior Essence Diorite. It really smells like black elder and blackberry. Those are the top notes. Then jasmine is like the middle note and woody at the end. Just a quick reminder, even though it's obvious and I know everyone already knows it, even if you watched a video of someone describing, reviewing, and loving the perfume you want to buy, you always have to test perfumes yourself, and I'll probably be repeating this phrase after every section in this video because you really need to try things on your own, on your skin, and see how they develop, because skin chemistry makes perfumes open differently. And the best example is, of course, Chanel No. 5. It smells differently on everyone. Even if you spray it like once on your arm and once on your coat, in 3 hours it will be a completely different perfume, and it always carries that vintage feel that I personally love. I know that many people don't, but to me it's such iconic, historic scent. Clean, soft, womanly, elegant, timeless, and sophisticated. In our first section, which is all about florals, I want to talk about two perfumes that feel completely different to me: Amouage Honor and Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. But here's the important thing: a floral composition isn't always about butterflies, flowers, lightness, or playfulness. That's more like Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. This one can be worn by a young lady or an adult woman, and it will always feel appropriate, timeless, and feminine. It's fresh, tender, and clean romantic. For me though, it also carries a hint of restraint. It's not gourmand, it doesn't make you feel overly relaxed. You still hold yourself uptight. It reminds me of Charlotte York, I don't know why, but I feel like she would wear this perfume. Now take Amouage Honor, that's a completely different story, even though it's also floral. This is a perfume for a confident woman who carries herself through life knowing her worth. She doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. This is a scent for a fully realized woman, not something a young lady would typically wear. Although I must say, I wore Chanel No. 5 when I was 18 and I didn't care about anything. But stereotypically speaking, Amouage Honor is more mature, more complex, richer, and more niche in feel. Both are about softness and femininity, but in different ways. If you enjoy softness and femininity, I definitely recommend checking both of them out to experience the full spectrum of feminine scents and their different interpretations. Next, let's move on to Oriental fragrances. These are usually richer and warmer, creating a sense of mystery, luxury, and allure. Many are also longer lasting, and they often rely on natural oils instead of alcohol as the carrier. Oriental perfumes frequently feature spicy or sweet notes like vanilla, musk, amber, or cinnamon, and I think these are perfect for colder months or evening events, whenever you want to stand out, look bold, and make your perfume heard in a room full of people. A classic example of an Oriental perfume is Yves Saint Laurent Black Opium. Very sweet, warm, and insanely popular. I'm sure you've smelled it more than once. Now, Oriental perfumes aren't always sweet, but sweet notes are the most common. The niche market is huge. You can find something for every taste. For example, Amouage Crimson Rocks isn't sweet at all. It just has a hint of honey to balance the composition, but it's mainly about spices, fragrances which are typical and Oriental scents. I'm also noticing a trend towards gourmand Oriental perfumes. Think nutty sweet scents, coffee-inspired perfumes. Angel by Mugler and other Middle Eastern takes. Black Opium seems to be experiencing a new resurgence now, a new wave of popularity. And then of course there's Bake by Accro, or the newest La Vie Belle Vanilla, which smell like pastry or vanilla ice cream. Literally like you're standing in a kitchen with an oven full of freshly baked treats. These kinds of scents are more for enthusiasts. They're not timeless classics, and they're meant for special occasions, creating an atmosphere around you with a perfume at a special event. Now let's talk about woody fragrances. Woody fragrances include notes like sandalwood, cedar, vetiver, and patchouli. These scents create an atmosphere of calm and confidence, and they work well for both men and women. One iconic woody perfume is Ebene Fumé by Tom Ford. Honestly, this is a really nice perfume. Even beyond just the woody category, I have a special love for it. To me, it smells like this person who is confident, someone who takes everything they need from life effortlessly, everything that's rightfully theirs, of course, and they get it without trying too hard. Woody perfumes in general, especially the one that I've just mentioned, they always feel luxurious and rich to me, but that's just my personal preference. They always have a very particular vibe, deep, layered compositions that exude confidence and even a sense of success. Valentino's Donna Born in Roma, on the other hand, is a different kind of woody. It has citrusy notes balanced just right, making it perfect for daily wear. It's versatile and feminine with jasmine, blackcurrant, and a touch of vanilla in the base. The longevity is very good as well, and it feels fresh, not like the Tom Ford one we just discussed, but more casual and more chill. Now let's talk about fresh scents. These are perfect for anyone who loves lightness and cleanliness, the clean girl aesthetic that everyone's familiar with. This category includes citrusy, aquatic, and green notes. Think lemon, mint, bergamot, and watery accords. These perfumes are invigorating. If you like clean, light scents, try something like Nice or Nice Bergamote. I really like this one because it has a little green tea vibe. It's very fresh and uplifting. A bergamot centered fragrance. It's fresh and it's zesty, greenish with a hint of tea. And of course, we can't talk about fresh perfumes without mentioning the one and only Blanche by Byredo, the ultimate clean girl perfume. It smells somewhat similar to Toy 2 by Moschino, which, by the way, do you guys want me to make a video discussing very similar perfumes in different price ranges? Just let me know down in the comments and I'll film this video for you, because I have so many little secrets that I feel like they would be good for your budget, perfume budget. In any case, Byredo's Blanche is very wearable, very pleasant. It's crisp, clean, and it has an innocent simplicity to it. It even reminds me of baby scents like Johnson & Johnson baby soaps, which is probably why some people also find this perfume so comforting and so soft. It gives off a feeling of happiness. I know Byredo is an upscale brand, so for some people it may not feel worth it, especially since Blanche can come across as a bit soapy. But for me, I feel like this scent is very elegant, and yeah, it's a beautiful scent. And fun fact, it's also if I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna check it, but if I'm not mistaken, it's the most popular Byredo scent in South Korea. So South Korean girls apparently love Blanche by Byredo, and they're so elegant. So that's another reason to jump on that train. Next, let's talk about concentration. Perfume categories, Parfum, Eau de Parfum, Eau de Toilette, and so on. They're defined by how much fragrance oil they contain. The higher the concentration, the richer, stronger, and longer the scent will last. Perfume, or Extrait de Parfum, is the purest form. It can have up to 40% concentration, which makes it intense and long-lasting, usually 8 to 12 hours. Eau de Parfum comes next, and this is the most popular category. It usually lasts around 6 to 8 hours, though that's in ideal conditions. Longevity can also vary a lot depending on your particular skin type, your body chemistry, even the weather. Just because a bottle says Eau de Parfum, unfortunately doesn't guarantee all-day wear. You always have to test it yourself. Eau de Toilette. It has a lower concentration, usually around 5 to 15%. The scent is lighter, airer, and more fleeting, perfect for summer, or if you like to switch perfumes throughout the day, you can wear one in the morning and it won't overpower you by evening. Eau de toilettes are also great if you just want to refresh the bright top notes you love without committing to hours of intensity. Eau de cologne is lighter, still about 2 to 5% concentration, and Eau Fraiche is the most delicate, around 1 to 2%. These last no more than a couple of hours. Personally, I would think twice before spending 140 euros on something like Princess Eau Fraiche by Kilian. It has a nice citrusy smell, but at such a fleeting concentration, it doesn't feel worth the price because at the end of the day, it's Eau Fraiche, it's not Eau de Parfum. Now about testing perfumes, I've developed my own method. First, spray as much as you want on blotters, but remember, after 3 or 4 different scents, your receptors in your nose, they will be overloaded and the first impression gets lost. The real key is to apply the perfume you're seriously considering directly on your skin. If you're choosing between two, put one on one wrist and one on the other wrist and then live with them. Like, spend a day with them. Go outside, notice how they develop, distract yourself with other things, and then pay attention. And remember to drink a lot of water because it really does help reset your senses. Remember that perfumes unfold over time. If you try to make a decision in store just by sniffing the top notes, that's a no-go. You have to give the scent time to reveal its heart and base, especially if it's a vanilla scent. And I've had moments where I rushed, didn't give a perfume enough time, bought it, and later discovered a note that I couldn't stand. At that point, you're just stuck with something you can't wear because of that one note. It just makes you feel nauseous. And a perfume should never feel suffocating or irritating. Choosing carefully takes patience, and that's exactly why this guide exists. So how can you buy perfume smartly? In Spain, I love to go to stores like El Corte Inglés, Primor, if we're not talking about niche perfumes. In France, it's Galeries Lafayette, of course, just to see all kinds of perfumes, discounts and promotions that they offer. In the US, I assume the best option to go perfume smelling would be Macy's, but I'm not familiar with the current perfume situation in America. But in my opinion, if you're shopping online, the moment an unbelievably good promo code appears, there are always conditions and only a very limited selection of products included. Like, we want just one specific perfume, but we end up tossing other things into the cart so the promo code works, and then we spend like extra money on stuff we don't need. Like, I didn't even need the rest of those things. So yeah, it's honestly such a clever marketing trick. I have to applaud the marketers. So what if you just want to go to an online store and buy the perfume you actually want, and only that perfume at a lower price? In Europe, there are several good options. You've probably heard of Notino, a site many beauty lovers swear by. I have to say prices there have gone up a bit over the past year or two, maybe because of demand or maybe because everything is just more expensive nowadays. If you like trying small decants before committing to a full bottle, Parfum Dreams or Niche Beauty also offer travel size and discovery sets, perfect for testing without overspending. Going back to testing and notes, to really get to know a perfume, buying a little sample is ideal, or you can also ask the salesperson, a consultant, if they can give to you a little tester. Many times it's available and they'll be really glad to give it to you. Personally, I realized I can't decide in store. Even if I'm willing to pay the full price, I just don't understand how the perfume truly smells in that setting and how it will evolve. And even if I go outside, the scent changes with the weather, with my skin and my mood as well. So I like to live with it for a few days before deciding if I really want it. I apply it to my neck and under my hair so I can feel a little cloud around me, constantly breathing it in and figure out whether it really works for me. Impulse buys happen, of course, but usually they don't end well, and testing it once in store is not enough for me, though I know plenty of people who can just buy a bottle of perfume and they never have a problem with that. They just spray it, they like it, and they get it. I wish that was me. Honestly, it's much more simple. So if you're like me, buy a sample. 1 milliliter is plenty to wear for a couple of days and really see how it sits on you. Then you can decide yes or no if you really like this perfume or if that was just the magic of the store. A small note about offline stores: when I go in just to test fragrances, I usually try to explore on my own without a consultant. Of course, their job there is to help customers, and they may or may not earn a commission if you make a purchase, so I always decline politely. Sometimes assistants can feel a little pushy, and I've had that in my experience, and at that moment I just want to experience the fragrance without guidance. That said, consultants absolutely deserve recognition and compensation for their expertise and for the fact that they know all the notes just by heart. And I have to say that I've had some wonderful conversations with some consultants, especially at Byredo. There was one lady that even said like, "Oh, are you a secret buyer? Like, do you work for a company?" I was like, yeah. Even if I was, I wouldn't tell you. I'm not the Zodiac. And if I was, I certainly wouldn't tell you. No, but we had such a wonderful conversation like about scents and the different limited edition, but at the same time, at that moment, I knew that I wasn't gonna buy anything, so it didn't feel pushy. But when you say, I want to get this perfume and I'm looking for this and this and this, they're like, yeah, try this and try that. And yeah, it depends on the consultant, but most of the times I like to go on my own or with my friend, for example, like we go together perfume smelling. And that's it. We've gone through the main points, a complete beginner's guide to perfumes. If you still have questions, write them down in the comments and I'll be replying to every single comment. If you have any additions or tips, share those too. I love to read them as well. Overall, let me know what you thought of this video. I'm really looking forward to your feedback and to your opinion. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and my Instagram and TikTok for a little background behind the scenes content. And thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I think I said that already. Yeah. And see you next one. Bye bye.